Graders, it's so good to see you again and to keep teaching you some more about reading. Today, to get started, you're going to need three things. You need to make sure you've got some kind of highlighter or a pencil to underline. That would work too. You should have your notebook, your reading notebook, and you should have the progression document. Fancy word, it's this that came in your packets, okay, last week. So this should be in front of you. You need those three things. So if you don't have them, go get them. All right, let's get started. So today is a day about goal setting and thinking about if this is what I want to accomplish, what do I need to do to get there? Okay. Now, what we often do as just people in general is we tend to just kind of do this part and do the work and kind of do the reading or do the writing or cleaning up our room or whatever it may be without always thinking about this target, this thing that we want to get to. We want to get to this, okay? Whether that's I want to be able to make 5 out of 6 free throw shots, okay? Or maybe you want to do really well on your reading, okay? You have to have some kind of goal in mind. If you just willy-nilly do stuff, we don't reach the goals as well. We don't make as much progress. There's a ton of research to back this up. So today's lesson is all about what can we do to accomplish more. And we're going to do that by setting goals, okay? So you're going to watch me do it with myself, and then I want you to do, after this video is over, I want you to do it, okay? So what you're going to need is a notebook entry. So I found my notebook entry. It's one of my latest ones, and I picked it because it's actually kind of long. I was trying to get at theme and get a little bit deeper. You might want to look for one about theme, anywhere you wrote about theme, okay? So there's a little hint for you. So here's mine. It's Roan of Ren. It looks like I did it on May 25. Okay, so there it is. Then I need this. Okay, so some people are like, well, what is this? This is how we're going to find your goal. Okay, I'm going to use this to determine what I need to work on here. And you're going to do the same thing. In order for me to be able to set a goal though, I need to understand this document. Now, for me, I know that I want to be doing 5th grade work, okay? So I'm going to look at the 5th grade column. You might want to make a different decision. Depends on which entry you have. So I'm looking at this and I want all of you to have this in front of you. You should be reading along with me and even have your highlighter ready. If there's words like, oh, that's interesting. Oh, that's important. Oh, that makes this a 5. We've done this work in class before. So have your highlighter ready and your progression document. I read asking, what seem to be the big themes of the story? I'm going to highlight the word themes because it's an S. It's not one theme, it's 2. Just like when we did main idea, you had to have 2 to be 5th grade, 1 wasn't, but you needed 2 strong ones. Same here, 2 themes at least. I can figure out a couple of themes, there it is, that are especially significant. That just means really important, okay? And then I know which ones are the best supported. I don't know if I do that. Noting which are best supported. So I pick themes that are strong in the book, not weak ones. Not ones that's really hard for me to find support for. If it's really hard for you to find support, you just can't do it, then your theme is probably a minor theme for your book, or maybe it's not at all, and you need to pick a different one. I know, to think about these, I tie together what several significant parts of the story seem to mean. This means that when I am writing about theme, or you are, that I can pull this part of the story to support it, and I can maybe fast forward later into the book, and oh, here, this also shows whatever theme it is that you picked. You shouldn't find your theme snug just in one little chapter or one part of a chapter. It should be able to be found throughout the book. That's what it means, that you can take these major parts of the book and use them to support your theme. I know themes are shown not only by the content, so what they wrote, but also in the way it is written. Ooh, that's a hard one too. I'm going to go down. So I've done that. Now I'm going down here to On the side, you can see supporting thinking with text evidence. I can cite details that support each of several themes. So you're taking directly from the text. You have support for your theme. Keeping straight which details support which themes. So some details should support this theme. Other details will support a different theme. I don't just summarize. I also sometimes quote, okay? Using direct quotes. I know, I'm going to highlight that. Kids sometimes forget that. They just kind of paraphrase, but quoting is good too. Both are good, but don't forget to quote. I know the exact words used can help convey, show the meaning or the theme. Okay. I have a pretty good feel for what a fifth grade is expected to be. If I had more time, I might look at the fourth and sixth, but for sake of time, I'm just gonna stick with fifth. And I expect you to do the same. Or some of you might want to just stick with fourth for now because you're like, this is an area I have a hard time with. Then do the fourth. And then do the fifth later on. In a couple weeks, try fifth. Some of you might want to go right to sixth. Depends. You know how you are as a writer and a reader. Okay, so we've looked at our progression document. We have an idea of what the target is. We kind of know, okay, we want to get to this target. So now I need to look at one of my entries and go, okay, how is my entry looking? Bear with me. I wish I could show you my entry. I'm just going to read it to you. It's really messy anyway, so you probably don't want to see it. I started off with a title. Well, I first started off with the date and the book it's coming from, and then I wrote Rowan, bravest heart, ? Just because of where I was at in the book. When I wrote this, it was really interesting to me. Something that Sheba said, that old witch that they visited before they went up the mountain. That was really interesting to me because a lot happened there, and I'm finding out more happened there than I even knew at the time. So follow along. On the outside, Rowan seems, these are just my thoughts, like a poor, skinny rabbit, scared half to death. I put in parentheses, that was Strong John who said that on page 20. So I did a direct quote right off the bat. Oh, so I know I did a direct quote. I'm actually going to show that I did that. I'm going to do it in a different color. You can just use your highlighter. It's down here, right? I also sometimes quote, I know the exact words can help convey the theme. Perfect. I did it. And I did cite the detail. Strong John said it on page 20. In fact, Rowan is often written about as being different. Like he's timid, he's gentle, he's quiet. But these are not traits that the people of Wren look at as good things. It seems that these traits that these are the traits that kids are expected to hide and to like grow out of. Even his own mother makes him feel inferior, like less. Here's a quote. I try to be patient, but Rowan is so different from me. His father and even sturdy little Anad, that's so hard. I wish his father were still alive. She said this on page 25 when she was talking to Strong John and Rowan heard her. This makes me think, so I've done a lot from the text. I need to start getting at a theme here. Do you hear a theme yet? Mine's a little backwards. Sometimes some of you will start with your theme right off the bat. I think this is the theme, and let me show you why. It's all, you have it. Mine's actually backward. It's just the way it came out. I'm giving you my details, and I'm going to wrap it up with my theme. This makes me think about what Sheba said when Rowan was scared in her hut. She said, if he is scared, then he is the only one of you with sense. And she looked at Strong John and Marley, and they're so strong and brave. And she looked at them and she goes, he's the only one with sense if he's scared. And I was like, whoa, this is the first time that Rowan is actually, someone is saying something kind of nice about him and about him being scared on top of it. Where all his life, that is not what Rowan has heard. Then when she warned them with her poem, it says, the bravest heart will carry on. Not the bravest person or even the strongest person like you'd expect, but the bravest heart. I believe Rowan will be the one who will save the village, and it will be because he is different than the rest. All his life, him being different, scared, a little more timid and gentle, has been looked down upon. But I'm making a prediction that because of him and the way he is, it's what's going to save the village. It will take someone gentle, slower, thoughtful to survive the mountain. On the outside, Rowan seems like a failure, but it's the inside that will matter. I believe the theme of this is don't judge a book by its cover and don't only look on the outside, but you need to look inside. Okay, that's my entry. So if I go through this, I've already done some of the work. I know I quote, I know I use details from the text. Let's go up to the top again. I read asking what seemed to be the big themes of the story. I can figure out a couple of themes that are especially significant. That's a problem. Right now, I'm hoping that you're saying in the screen, Mrs. Tom, you only wrote about one theme. I 100% did. I only wrote about one theme. I don't know, maybe I'll like put a circle around couple telling me, you need to go back and do that. To think about these, I tie together what several significant parts of the story mean. I did that. I used different parts of the story. I'm going to underline that. Like, I know themes are shown not only by the content of the text, but also in the way it is written. I think I did that when I quoted Sheba and his mom to show that these things really matter. So what's my goal? This one's pretty easy, actually. That worked out easier than I thought. So I'm going to write right on this document, June 1. I'm not going to take up all this space, 2020. See what I'm doing? And I'm going to quickly write my goal right here. I need to work on writing more than one theme. I've got it dated because I'll probably write another one later on. And now, friends, this is what I expect you to do. And I would like all of you to be able to show me this goal that you've written during your team time. So have that ready when we meet. Okay, I'll see you then. Bye, friends.